guys, welcome back. For today's episode, we're doing episode 11 of Create This Book. Let's get started on the pages. We have some work to do. Okay, so here's my Create This Book, and I'm flipping to the page that says, Create a different drawing. Try drawing something you've never drawn before. Choose something random and have fun with it. For this page, I decided to use a separate piece of paper, cut out the triangle, and I started sketching strawberries. This is different for me because I have not yet drawn a realistic fruit in my Create This Book. I'm taking out my caliart art markers, a bit of a redundant name, but they have many colors. I'm picking out my red. One method I've been really loving with Create This Book is using my alcohol markers for a base color and then going back in with my prismacolored pencils. I like it because alcohol markers give a nice even color underneath, and then I can add shading on top of that. Whoa, I don't know if I like the way I just edited that. That was very dizzying. I'm gonna vom, but I'm not changing it. So I took out my green alcohol markers and then colored in the leaves of every strawberry. This, of course, is looking very flat and is also making me slightly dizzy. After coloring in all of the leaves with the green alcohol marker, it was time for my favorite part, the shading. Did that sound sarcastic? I actually like shading the most. To shade each strawberry, I took a darker red color for the outside, an orange color for the center, and then a white color for a smaller part of the center, and I blended it all together. I did slightly alter where I put the shades depending on the shape of the strawberry and the angle it was at, but in general, I just tried to make the strawberries darker on the outside and lighter in the center. Let's talk about my feelings for this page. If you're new here, my rule for Create This Book is that I have to incorporate my feelings into every page. Whenever I create a page about food, I always struggle to come up with a feeling other than I want to eat it.
Fair enough.
So I love strawberries. They're definitely one of my favorite fruits. I think most of us know how I feel about kiwi, though. Strawberries, on the other hand, those are probably one of my favorite fruits. I will fight every last one of you that disagree with me. Strawberries are the best, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind. Something I love about strawberries is by my house we have farms, and you can go strawberry picking during strawberry season. Guys, it's strawberry season. We eatin'. So I've been eating a ton of strawberries, and I cannot wait to go strawberry picking. I love it. I decided to color the background this color and I ran out of ink. I had to change it to this slightly darker color and color the whole thing over again, which is quite annoying. This happens to me too much with alcohol markers. It's just because they run out so fast. I took out my white gel pen for the highlights, and this is when everything starts to come together at the last possible second. I took my gel pen and went over the strawberries in the spots that I thought would be highlighted. I was trying to make these strawberries look as juicy as possible, hence all of the highlighting. I took an orange-colored pencil and went over the highlights in some spots to make it look a tiny bit more cohesive. I used my brown-colored pencil for the strawberry seeds. I also gave each individual strawberry seed a tiny highlight with the gel pen, and I feel like this is what made things actually look realistic. I took a dark blackish brown color and gave a shadow underneath each of the strawberries to make it look like it's actually sitting on like a table or something. And here's what the final thing looks like in the book. I'm actually really happy with this one and a little surprised, to be honest with you. I'm not very good at realism, and I always feel like I'm bad at it. And I know this isn't perfect. I feel like the highlights are probably kind of exaggerated, but I actually like this page. Moving on to the next page. Create contrast. Think of a pair of opposites and present them together on this page. I took a separate piece of paper, folded it in half, and I took out my micron fineliner pen. So for this page, I decided to do a contrast between light and dark. Is this theme a little bit of a basic choice? Yes, it was literally put in the description of the prompt, but I was very inspired by the idea of light and dark, especially when you consider using fineliner pens for flowers. So the idea for this is I'm going to be creating black and white flowers with my micron pens on the left side, and then on the right side, I'll create flowers with the micron pens, but I'll actually color them in. So it'll be a difference between having things in black and white and things in color. Let's talk about my feelings for this page, because it kind of plays into why I chose to do a black and white versus color theme. So recently, I have been working pretty hard to get ahead on videos, and I've been working at all hours of the day and night. At night, things are dark, and they have less color, especially outside. If you're gonna look at flowers outside at night, they really have less color. They're kind of black and white. And then when it gets light out in the morning, everything's bright and it's very colorful with the sun shining on it. I don't even know what this feeling is. Where's my feelings wheel when I need it? Motivated. I've been feeling motivated to get work done, to do more work, to work harder. There is beauty at night and in the morning. You know, in dark times and in light times, there's still flowers. They exist. Just wake up and smell the roses. It's actually kind of funny to think about flowers at night. Like, what are they doing at night? I mean, really think about it. They're just always there, even in the dark. Unsettling. So I suppose the contrast here could be all about perspective. If you look at flowers in the dark, they're not gonna have any color. But if you look at them in the light, my God, they're gonna be beautiful.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
What? It's time for some color. I'm taking out my markers. I chose a yellow color for the background. I chose a light pink color for 2 of the flowers. Chose this purple color for the top right flower. I used a dark green color to give a green color to the stem and the leaves. And then I went back to that purple color for the bottom left. Are they kidding with that blue color? It's so pretty. I also used some darker colors to give some shading as well as some highlights with my gel pen for all of the flowers and the leaves and the petals. I signed my name, added the date. I also decided to write create contrast on both of the stems so I would actually remember what this prompt was. And here's what it looks like in the book. I haven't used my micron fineliners in my Create This book yet, so I was pretty happy with the results of those pens. And I also like that it looks kind of sketchy. It wasn't really too much pressure to create. I kind of just did whatever I felt like doing. It's honestly always fun for me when the pages I don't really plan out too well end up looking good. Pizza bagel break. I made myself pizza bagels and I kind of burnt them a little, but they still tasted good. Create chaos is our next page. Figure out a way to make this page look chaotic. And boy, did I make it look chaotic. We're giving everyone a warning here. I took out my paints. I did red, yellow, and blue. I have big jugs of them. And I also mixed together these paints. So I have purple being mixed here. It's kind of a gross purple. And then I also have orange mixed here. And then I also mixed green. It's kind of a puke green. Gross.
Oh my God!
Ooh, these are shiny paints. Here's your warning. This page did not turn out looking good. It was more about the chaotic process of making it than it was about the end result, if that makes sense. I decided to really commit to the concept of this page being the most chaotic thing you have ever seen. So the first thing I did was just splatter paint all over the page. It created some weird pockets that kind of still had wet paint in it. Now let's fold it in half, splat the paint down, and open it back up. Great. That's pretty chaotic, but what would make it more chaotic? Maybe some fabric paint? So I took my black fabric paint. Ooh, that was a mistake right there. That was real chaos. But I just made random flowers as well as my signature. Didn't really think about it. I also took out some of my neon-y fabric paints that I was running out of. I used the remainder of those to give these flowers some color. And at this point, I think we can all agree that this is pretty chaotic. I personally don't really like this page. This is what it looks like in the book. My feeling for this page, I forgot to mention, was just being free and doing whatever. Just de-stressing, I guess. And here are all 3 of the pages that I made for this Create This book. Episode 11. I have my other 10 episodes if you guys would like to watch those as well. Or don't. That's okay too. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you want to check out my other Create This book videos, click the box on the bottom left. If you'd like to check out my squishy makeover videos, click the box on the bottom right. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye!